just understanding what I need to do.
To go along with that, do you have a different approach as a leader this year? Do you have a different approach? It seems like you're different out on the court, and Coach talked about that he's seen growth from you in that position. Talk about that a little bit.
Definitely. I think I got older, matured a little bit more. There's obviously certain things you can and can't do. Reactions, maybe like knowing when to use my fiery power, emotion, and also when to kind of stay calm and cool. Just a lot of players, some freshmen playing, and everybody kind of really don't, I'll say, know game Jeremy. Like they seen practice in summer, but in the game, just making sure I keep my cool, when it goes good and when it goes bad, and when I need to get on somebody, when I don't. So just understanding that as I got older. In a year.
I've seen you kind of uplifting guys on the court, specifically some of those guys transfers or some of the younger guys. Has that been a point of emphasis for you?
Definitely. Obviously, I want to kind of help them. I kind of feel like I kind of got 3 years of games, but 2 full, I guess now you'll say, playing years. So just kind of understand, saying, all the different coverages, defenses, and also seeing when someone's struggling. Like, I know I was a freshman, I struggled my first year, and then last year I had some up and down games, and even like last game when I think I struggled from shooting the ball, just being able to pick it up on defense and still make sure I'm getting other shots somehow, some way. Just make sure I try to keep my energy up every game.
One more, sorry. If you had to look like introspectively, what is a complete game for you?
I think it's always something I can do better. I don't really think I can fully play a complete game because maybe, I slacked on defense, or I gave up some open shots, or, I didn't really do my best. So I think every game, especially being a point guard, I will need to do something that I can improve on. But overall, for me, I'll say a complete game is whatever I need to do to get the win.
Yeah, thanks.
I was just talking to Jackson. He says like he thinks that this type of game is going to stick with you guys throughout the season because of kind of that lapse in the second half. How much do you agree with that?
I agree with it a lot. I think it's a lot of stuff we need to work on. I don't know, obviously, last year we had some rough starts. We let down some leads, and we played some great teams, but also understanding, some of the young guys, some of the transfers that, it's going to be some halves, hopefully not a lot, but, later on down in the year where maybe we're up a couple, maybe a team going to run in the second half, and we kind of got to fight back and counter back the run and make sure at the end of the day that when the score hits 0-0 that we're up. And however we got to get it, just making sure we get that win.
Another thing he said that kind of perked me up, he said he was also kind of happy that this message can now be sent in a November non-conference game rather than, say, the Big Ten race in January, February.
Very kind of, obviously this game counts and it means something, but at the same time, just making sure that, comebacks and, second half teams and starts and, starting with the captains, like in the starters of the second half group, we didn't come out and do our job. They scored, I want to say, 5 in a row. They went on an 8-0 run right out of the half, and you can't let that happen. Most teams, you're probably in a game within 4 to 6 points. So an 8-0 run, you're down, you're losing now. So just understanding that like those runs and those things can happen in a blink of an eye.
And again, last year's team was so good in those second halves, especially during that run you guys went on to end the regular season. How do you get to that point?
Just trust, obviously, doing what we need to do, playing Mississippi State basketball, and understanding, obviously, the scouting report, the personnel, trusting your teammates, making sure you have help, and just understanding what we can do.
Jeremy, some team for Kohler and Cooper tonight. How big can those guys be, especially on nights when 3 isn't falling? How big can that post presence be?
A lot. I think obviously it's a little bit different. They have been I think a lot of help, much help. I think Jax in 3 of the games probably have 3 doubles. I don't know for sure, but Jackson's you're gonna get offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. He's down there in the post. He's probably scoring if he's 1-on-1. He's making the right read. So just being able to have him out there is huge. And then just having lob threat. He's making his mid range, even making a 3, which no one hasn't gave him any yet. But making his free throws tonight was a little rough for him. But overall, those guys are big help, and we definitely gonna need them down the stretch. But still for me, I don't think they played the best they can, and that's what's scary. Like, imagine Jackson and Cooper playing a little bit better than what they had tonight. So just something like that, you'll be like, wow, like what really is the sky for them? If one has 17 and 18, one has 17 and 7, what can the sky be for them? So just overall, they know we talked about it, and I expect them to keep going up.
How excited are you to go back to MSG? I think you had the Rutgers game. Was that last year,
Yeah,
Rutgers?
yeah.
How excited are you to go play in the Mecca of basketball?
I'm excited to play basketball again. Being able to play another great team and a great opponent is well, I play basketball. I'm grateful. It was taken away from me for 9 months. So any chance that I get to, watch film, do a scouting report, and play basketball without missing time is just always grateful and blessed. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.